ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Hi. Stranger Joe Wendell. Howdy, friends. You're a good group. Welcome back to Tell the Truth. I'm not going to tell you very much about our first guest, except to say that he is a daring young man on the flying trapeze. To learn more, you'll have to hang around. And meanwhile, meet our panel. Here we go. Bill Cullen. Peggy Katz. Alan Ludden. And Kitty Carlisle. Colonel, I assume that, like children of all ages, you were circus buffs. I don't know anybody who really isn't. Always, no matter what, they've got dancing bears or boxing skunks or whatever it is. The flying trapeze is always the big thing for me. That's the one I wait for. Let us now meet a really fine aerialist.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Julio Faraya.
Number two.
My name is Julio Faraya.
Number three.
My name is Julio Faraya.
And isn't it a shame that we've talked two of those nice young men into fibbing? But one of them truly is Julio Faraya, and here's the way the story goes. I, Julio Faraya, am the youngest circus aerialist in the entire country. As the member of a family troupe called the Flying Farayas, my work takes me 32 feet above the net. There I execute passing leaps and double somersaults. My dream, however, is to perfect that most difficult and dangerous of all mid-air maneuvers, the triple somersault. Performing with Circus Vargas, which is the world's largest traveling big top, I work a 48-week season. It's not easy, but I love it. Since there's not enough room on our stage here to Tell the Truth to rig up a trapeze, after the questioning is over, you'll see me in action in a bit of high-flying videotape. Signed, Julio Faraya. And I'll tell you in advance that for one so young, you have never seen such grace and such coordination. We'll be back to play the game and see the film.
What to your wandering eyes will appear the most Christmassy game shows in the middle of the year. Merry Christmas in July continues tomorrow at noon on BUZZR. Let's play.
Across the way from us, we have three entirely personable young men, each of whom claim to be Julio Faraya, the youngest circus aerialist in the USA. And Alan Ludden, we'll begin this one with you, friend.
Number three.
Yeah.
How old are you?
10.
Number two. When did you start flying?
I started flying when I was 2 years old.
Number one. When did you start flying?
I started flying when I was 2 years old also.
And what did they do, number one, to start you flying?
Well, when they start teaching you,
Uh-huh. What do they do? What is the first thing they teach you to do?
well, they teach you how to fall.
How to fall.
Yeah.
Number 3, do you work with a net?
Yes.
Number 3, I want to talk to you some more. Tell me, what's the first trick you learned how to do?
Angel.
What?
Angel.
What is an angel? Can you tell me?
Like you bend over and he comes and he catches you.
You bend over and he comes and catches you. Number 2, when do you think you will be able to do a triple somersault?
I think that in around next year.
That's ambitious. All right, let's go to Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, does any grown-ups do the triple somersault?
Yes, Tito Gayon or something like that. That's his name.
And number 2, when they taught you how to fall when you were 2 years old, how high up were you?
I was only around 10 feet.
10 feet in the air?
Yes.
Number 3, if you traveled such a 48-week season, how do you go to school?
I got a correspondence school.
Oh, you do? Number 2, you go to correspondence school?
Yes.
What grade are you in?
7th.
And number 1, are you doing well in your studies?
Well, I really don't have that much time to study because we're always traveling.
Would you rather study or be an aerialist?
Rather be an aerialist.
Number 2.
It's kind of hard looking at a book while you're swinging up there, you know. That fella can listen entirely while you're turning the page. There you go. Let's get on to Bill Cullen, please.
Choice of losing your place or ending your career. Number 2, because you don't go to school and you travel around a lot, are there sort of officials from the various places where you play who want to know about your education and your working conditions?
Not too many.
But you have to, how many hours a day are you permitted to work, number 2?
2, 3.
No, number 1, the thing that you do, we're going to see it later, but just for our information, what is it that you do now in your act?
I perform a double somersault.
And number 3, do you two perform a double somersault?
Yes.
Who is your catcher, number 3?
My father.
Number 2, is your father also the catcher?
Yes.
Do you have other people in your family in your act? I mean, your immediate family?
Yes.
Who are they, by the way?
My mother.
And?
And nobody else.
Your father is the catcher when your mother's up there, right?
Man,
Boy,
if he's been
oh
a bad boy, he doesn't take away his allowance. He just doesn't catch him. Peg?
Hey, number 1, do you have any sisters and brothers?
Yes, I have one sister.
And how old is she?
She's 5.
Is she starting to learn how to be an aerialist?
Well, no, she's just,
Hanging around?
yeah.
Number 3, where do you live when you're not traveling with the circus?
In my trailer.
Oh, and where's your trailer parked?
Trailer park?
All right.
Ask a dumb question to get a right answer.
Where else
Okay.
do you park a trailer?
Number 2, where does the Circus Vargas play? All over the country or just in some parts?
All around the country.
Did the Circus Vargas start in Spain?
No.
It's an American circus?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we have got ourselves about 3 delightful young men. It's a shame that somebody's going to have to get more votes than the other, but that's the way the game is played. Mark your ballots, friends, and mark them for number 1, or number 2, or number 3. And we pay $50 for each wrong vote, and the group gets $500 if we don't come up with the right Julio. And Alan starts, please.
I don't see how the people do it on this show. I just don't see how each one of those youngsters was so well briefed. It really fooled me. But I just have a hunch that number 3 is the real one. I have a hunch.
One whose trailer is in the trailer park.
Yeah.
All right, we got a 3, and we're going to Kitty.
Well, number 1 knew Tito Gayan, and that he does do the triple somersault.
Yes.
But I voted for number 3 because he just knew where he lived.
Pair of 3s so far, and Bill Cullen coming out.
I voted for number 3 because he's the only one that's had a last word with Peggy in weeks.
Now, so far, we're all going in one direction. Everybody's bunching up under number 3. There's supposed to be another X. There we go. We've got it. And Peg.
Well, they were all good, but you know, I wanted to vote for number 3 right away as soon as he said angel, as if everybody would know what an angel was. 3.
Oh.
Huh. All right, we got 4 3s.
Oh,
The votes are in.
gorgeous, too.
Will the real Julio Faraya proudly stand up? Julio, you're a good guy. Number 1 and 2, I am so sorry. Can't we split $50 amongst them or something of the sort? To you, all right, we can do that. It's a simple thing. Let's do that. Big deal. And number 1, tell us about yourself. What's your real name? What do you do?
My name is Ira Bell, and I attend Sheepshead Bay High School in Brooklyn, New York.
And number 2, tell us about you.
My name is Roger Baranko, and I'm a student of Pershing Union High School in Brooklyn.
Ah. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Julio has brought along some film which shows him in action. It is a double somersault. It's in slow motion. So, ladies and gentlemen, we present Senor Julio Faraya. Now, watch the grace on this young man. Slow motion. Gets up speed. Notice the form. Swings over to Dad. With a little luck, the double somersault, and there he is.
Scary.
Now all he's got to do is get back on the bar again. And turn, and it's there.
Dog. Wow.
And some kind person grabs him as he swings up. And look at that. Julio Faraya, I bet you there isn't one young person in this country who wouldn't trade places with you right now. Thank you, and thank you, imposters all, for being with us here on the show. Now, I'd say a good percentage of our audience drives automobiles, and there are questions that come to mind you don't think about, like how can you anticipate when your brakes are beginning to fail? Or questions like, what is the best thing to do if your car catches on fire, aside from running and stuff like that? Well, our next guest is an authority on safe driving, and he knows the answer to this and hundreds of other questions relating to safe driving. We'll be right back. Now let's say hello to our expert on safe driving.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Gene Gurney.
Number 2.
My name is Gene Gurney.
Number 3.
My name is Gene Gurney.
And here is the automotive announcement of Gene Gurney. He says, I, Gene Gurney, know for a fact that too many drivers operate motor vehicles in an unsafe manner. Shockingly, 1/3 of the fatal accidents in this country involve drivers who either exceed the speed limit or travel too fast for the road conditions. Together with the National Safety Council, the Automobile Association of America, and the U.S. military, I have prepared an illustrated book on safe driving. In it, you'll learn what to do if you accidentally go off the road, how to cope with a hood that opens up while you're on the road, and how to drive in snow, ice, rain, or fog. I also give advice on how to discourage tailgaters and how to avoid sticking accelerators and battery explosions. I've also included a chapter that is particularly helpful in these days of short energy supplies. It compares small car performance and safety with that of large cars. My book is titled How to Save Your Life on the Nation's Highways and Byways, and it's signed Gene Gurney. And usually our transportation expert is Bill Cullen. So, William, you want to take over?
Okay, number 2, in many states, the speed limit on freeways, California I'm thinking of, ordinarily is 65 or 70 miles an hour. Do you think that reduction of those speed limits would help promote safety?
Yes, it's been proven in the past year because of the restricted speed limit to 55 that they estimate this year's accidents or fatalities would be only 50,000.
Is there any, number 1, is there any opposition to the lower speed limit in the high-speed highways?
Only from truck drivers associations.
Number 3, are you any relative to Dan Gurney?
No, none.
Do you know who Dan Gurney is, number 3?
Yes, I do.
Number 2, do you find that professional drivers, racing drivers, are safer on the highway or as safe or not as safe as the average driver? You do it any way you want.
Well, it'd be a small sample, really, to have any significance. The sample is so small you're dealing with maybe several hundred drivers.
Number 1, do you think there would be been discussion about whether the right foot should be taken out the accelerator and jammed on the brake, thereby taking that extra millionth of a second or whatever it takes? How do you feel about the possibility of a brake for the left foot and the foot always being on that brake?
Well, many women today use their left foot for the brake, but actually if you're a right-handed person, you can't beat the right foot.
All righty, and we go on to Peggy, please.
Number 3, how do you discourage tailgating? I discourage it by having, if you can read this, you're too close on the bumper. But is that what you mean?
No, I was speaking of a more affirmative step. You slow down and let them pass.
Oh, never. Never. Now, number 1, these are such bizarre things. I mean, how to cope with a hood that opens? Turn the car in. I mean, what do you do? If the hood of my car opened and I was on a highway, I'd drop dead. What do you do?
Well, you have to keep the car under control. Brake carefully to a stop. Steer it by leaning out the left window as much as you can.
Is this a common occurrence, number 1?
Thankfully, no.
That is, okay, now, there's another really exotic thing you've got here in this affidavit, battery explosions. Number 2, how often do people have battery explosions?
Quite often. Yeah. Quite often. It's actually what's exploding is the hydrogen, which collects in the battery from the charging.
Does it make a big boom?
Yes, it does.
I was going to do the summer by car, but I'm going to do it by Greyhound. Something else.
You're taking this whole spot so personally,
well,
Peggy.
I mean, I'm about to set out with my Exxon maps. I'm terrified now. And my sticking accelerator. Oy.
Is it my turn?
Sooner or later.
I mean, I just wondered if we're going to go your whole trip with you. I live in California, and I'm going to lose a lot of friends in the trucking industry, perhaps, but I love this new 75 speed limit.
55.
55 speed limit.
What do you love it? You're passing everybody.
Well, you got me so mixed up with your tour. No, are you in favor, number 3, are you in favor of the 55-mile speed limit remaining as it is?
No, I'm not.
Why?
I'm in favor of it going down to 50.
Oh,
Raymond,
number one, how do you feel about the 55-mile speed limit?
Well, the statistics prove that 50 is safer than 55, and 55, of course, is safer than 60. So
You could all stay home.
So what are you going to say? You're in favor of keeping it down?
55, right?
Number two, there's something about small and big cars here. Now, is it true that a small car, and I mean what they call the economy-size car, are they perceptibly less safe than the larger
Yes,
car?
they are. They are.
What are the Peggy took all my
right,
time.
and Kitty Carl out, please.
In other words, number three, in other words, a big solid car with a solid top is safer than any small car, right?
Yes, there's more between you and the impact point.
Precisely. Now, number one, I want to come back to you. Why did you say a lot of women use their left foot to brake with?
Because records show that that's true. They use their left foot more than men do for the brake.
Now, why is that?
No one really knows. I would like to know myself.
Number two, what happened? How do you drive in fog? What do you do for that?
Very slowly,
Very slowly.
carefully.
Stick your head out the window.
Sometimes, yes, if the fog is thick enough,
Yeah.
and watch the white line,
Uh-huh.
and drive with low beams, definitely.
And low beam. And number three, what happens in ice? What should you do?
Well,
And you start to skid.
the main problem is a skid, and when you're in a skid, if you remember that if your skid is of the rear end of your car is to the left, you turn into the skid. If it's to the right, you turn to the right.
How can you think of all that when you're in a skid?
It's hard when you got both feet on the left pedal or whatever it is that you have there. But in any event, the bell rang, and that means that we must take our crayons in our right hands and mark on the little ballot, and we mark a number 1, or a number 2, or a number 3. Go.
Let's play.
I think we know what the penalties are, so we'll skip those and get right down to Bill Cullen.
Yes, well, I had a trouble there with my left foot and right foot up. I voted for number 3. Unfortunately, I was so intent that I drove off the road there. I think it's number 3.
You got a skitty little 3 showing. And Peggy, what are you doing? Riding your trip to Terre Haute out on there?
You see, well, I voted for number 3, too, because of all that stuff about the skid. And besides, he's such a kind man, letting people overtake him. I'd win on the road with you.
So we got a pair of 3s. And Alan Ludden, how you going?
I think Peggy's a menace on the road.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I'll bet she's a menace.
I'm not going 75 in a 55-mile
Well, I tell you, I haven't been right very much this week.
That's
I'm
right.
entitled to one right, don't you think?
Yeah, I do indeed.
Because I haven't gotten one all by myself right. So far, I'm going to be right this time because I know it's number 1. I like the way anybody that has enough nerve to make that crack about the women in the pedal has to be an authority.
So we've got a 1 showing, and we're going to Kitty Carlisle.
I voted for number 3 because he has a very professorial manner, and he's out to teach people how to do the right thing.
And he knows who Dan Gurney is.
All right, and this is the way it goes. Now, by the way, You said he knows who Dan Gurney is. Bill Cullen said to him, do you know who Dan Gurney is? And he said, yes.
That's right. That's all.
That's all he said.
Who's Dan Gurney?
Well, you know why I didn't ask him?
He never did say who Dan Gurney was, but in any event, the votes are all in. So will the real Gene Gurney please stand up?
Oh!
Sorry, Alan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Gurney. Let's find out about your co-conspirators there. Number one, Alan's friend. What is your real name, sir? What do you do?
My name is Captain Adrian P. Speidel. I'm Vice President Marine Operations at Prudential Grace Lines in New York.
And number two, want to tell us about you?
My name is George Hansky. I'm in industrial marketing here in New York City.
Good to have you with us. Mr. Gurney, on the subject of how to keep people from tailgating, if it is daylight and you've got somebody who's riding right on your bumper, isn't it a good idea to pull on your headlights, thereby lighting up your rear lights? They think you've hit your brakes, and they hit their brakes.
No, it's not, because you're putting yourself in the same boat with them. You're trying to retaliate.
See what I said, friends? If you're ever doing that, don't do that. And Mr. Gurney, thank you very much, and thank you, gentlemen. Everybody's sitting there doing like this to me. That means goodbye. We'll see you later, friends. Take care.
Julio Faria's aerialist tape, courtesy of KCRA-TV, Sacramento, California. This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Tutman production.